Therefore, honourable members, it's my intention to call on Government Order of the Day number 2.
Government Notice of Motion number 2 regarding a proposed sessional order.
I call the Honourable Minister Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, I move that the following sessional order be adopted. Standing Order 140 in brackets 3 to be read subject to the following additional order. D. With permission granted by the Speaker to be absent on account of illness or other family cause of a personal nature following a request from a member's party leader or whip.
Just coming. Whoops.
The member's there. The member's calling?
Yes, Mr Speaker.
Excellent. I call the Honourable Member Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise in support of the Government's Notice of Motion number 2. I was expecting the Government perhaps to enlarge on the reasons behind the Notice of Motion, but perhaps they're not entirely sure. Mr Speaker, this is a motion, and I want to actually formally thank the Speaker for taking notice of some situations that certainly Labor members had found themselves in. We are human. Newsflash to people who might be watching this. And just like other people in their workplaces, we have sometimes family situations and illnesses that prevent us from being able to take up our work in the way that we would wish to take it up. And, Mr Speaker, the point of this notice of motion is that it allows compassionate leave to be put in place so that if one of our MPs from any party in this Parliament is in that situation, then their party is not penalised by having their vote not count in certain circumstances. That will be monitored very closely and stringently by the party whips, and that is important. Mr Speaker, I frequently, in my role as a female Member of Parliament, travel the country talking to lots of people, many of whom are women, about the importance of having women in Parliament. And it's important, therefore, that we make sure that it is a working environment in which women can operate. And that means, yes, recognising that we have family circumstances that we need to, that are beyond our control sometimes. And so some of the situations that members have found themselves in, and I'll just give perhaps the public, if they are wondering what on earth this compassionate leave could possibly be about in a parliamentary environment. Examples that come to mind are examples such as that suffered by a very good friend, Honourable Mark Goshi, when his wife was very ill for a period of time. Of course we would want him to be able to support his wife and his family member at that time, and that is the type of occasion that this notice of motion will help with. It does mean that when family members have taken ill, or in situations where children, dependent family members are ill, that we too can respond to that as other members of the public would be able to in their own work environments. And it means that we actually would have a voting system in place to make sure that a party's vote is not affected by that. So, Mr Speaker, without any further ado, I welcome this Government Notice of Motion number 2. I thank the Speaker in particular for taking this issue seriously, because if we are truly going to be a House of Representatives, then we do need to make sure that a whole range of people, no matter their family circumstances, can take part in being a Member of Parliament and take part in the debate in this place. Thank you.
The Speaker.
I call the Honourable Member Gareth Hughes.
Kia ora, Mr Speaker. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou. Kia ora. I rise on behalf of